Good. Yeah, I do record everyone. Don't get nervous. I do that for the grading. Okay, I'm human. I've been doing this since 9 a.m. I'm tired. Okay, and I compare. I will compare today's groups to Friday's groups. Okay, I go back, I watch them all again, and I compare all the groups again. Okay, that's why I record them. Okay, I can't keep track of everything. It's too much going on. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna do this here. Move this out. Eraser. Okay. Pencil. Jay, first, second, third, fourth? Third. Jay is third. Bijin, second. Yang first. And Sun Yun is last. Okay. Okay, go ahead. Yep. Yep. Yeah, go ahead. Yep. You're first, right? Yeah. Yang Yun, yeah. And when you're done, you can sit back down again, right? So you do your part and then just sit back down again. Okay.
Okay. Okay, let's start. Hello, everyone. Did you have a nice weekend?
Yes.
Thank you. We are group one, so let's start our presentation. Today's of the day of English presentation class. This is our team's topic about the chemistry. This is the contents of the presentation. First, I will pronounce invention of the chemistry. Next, Nijin will pronounce about different kind of job or work and what they do and play. Next is winner of Nobel Prize in Chemistry. Jaya will pronounce this topic, and last Songhyun will pronounce famous people in major. So if you have any question when we finish our class, please ask him, please. Okay, let's start first. First is invention of the chemistry. Do you know this product? This is shampoo and rinse. Did you use this product in the morning?
Yes.
Thank you. We don't know how well chemistry is related with us. So now let's start with things that how we can easily find in the moon everyday life. So this is shampoo and this. These are chemical substance. Next is plastic product. Toys to play with children are plastic products. When we go to the cafe, we receive a take-out cup. This is also made of plastic. In addition, toys, bottle, box, pen, or straw, or bottle, and many other things are plastic products. Chemistry is useful to our life, but sometimes it is not. This is dynamite. It is famous invention of the chemistry. Newton first. It is made for miner. But at first, it is useful for miner to work. But after the war began, it caused a lot of damage to people. So many children lost their parents. Many numerous people were injured and died. Meanwhile, it is also chemistry to cure them. Cure them. All medicines are chemical substance, and medicines were used to cure them who were injured. Like this, chemistry is helpful to our lives. Sometimes it is dangerous. Anyway, chemistry is related with our life. My presentation is over here. Next is the music. Thank you for my listening.
Hello, I'm Minjin. I will talk about different kinds of jobs or work and what they do and pay in chemistry. The occupational outlook handbook describes chemists as scientists who help develop and improve products, materials, and processes. The employment world of chemical professionals can be divided into 5 main sectors: industry, academia, non-profit, government, and entrepreneurship. To narrow down the limits of chemistry jobs, I investigated the top 10 chemistry jobs. You can see the list of the top 10 chemistry jobs on the screen. Now let's talk about several jobs of the top 10. First, I will talk about chemical engineers. Chemical engineers work across a number of sectors including oil and gas, energy, and food and drink, and others. They work on large-scale chemical manufacturing processes, and their daily tasks include ensuring the efficiency and safety of chemical processes and applying new technologies to improve existing processes. They average chemical engineers in the USA make around $54,000 on annually per year. Their total cash earnings range from $51,000 on the low end to $120,000 on the high end. Second, I will introduce water chemist. Water chemist is very important because water is one of the most important elements for people. They study how water impacts our ecosystems throughout the planet and how those ecosystems affect water. Also, they use their specific knowledge about water for applications that that, that affect entire ecosystems. As environmental pollution is getting worse, acid rain and water pollution are top research topics to them. Chemists in the USA take home, on average, $51,000 per year. Also, in top 10 chemistry jobs, there are doctors and pulp and paper chemists and others. Mark you, there are several careers in the field that require field work or office work, except working in laboratories. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Ko Jae-hyuk and my English name is Jay. I introduce winners of Nobel Prize in Chemistry. Probably you don't know where winners of Nobel Prize in Chemistry, but there are many people in chemistry. So I introduce two people of them, Marie Curie and Fritz Haber. First is Marie Curie. Marie Curie was born in Poland to a family of teachers who believed strongly in education. At that time, in Poland and Germany, women were unable to enter colleges, so she decided to study abroad in Paris. When she entered college in Paris, she started to study in the field of radioactivity. She continued to study in Paris and there met Pierre Curie, who became both her husband and colleague in the field of radioactivity. She won two Nobel Prize. First is the Physics Award, which was awarded to her and her husband in 1903. And next is Chemistry Award. She successfully produced radium, which have not existed before she made it. In other words, she made new elements. So she won second Nobel Prize. She is the first person who won two Nobel Prizes. For this reason, she became the first woman to be buried in Pantheon Temple. Next is Fritz Haber. Fritz Haber was born in Germany. He studied many kinds of science like physics, chemistry, and dynamics. And when he became a professor of university, he mainly studied chemistry. And he, from 1904, he attempt to synthesize ammonia by reacting hydrogen and nitrogen like this. And finally, he success to synthesize ammonia and found uh, best production of ammonia. This means best production of fertilizer and best production of food. So thanks to him, people didn't worry about uh, shortage of food, and so he won Nobel Prize. Although he had this great achievement, many people doesn't like him because he made chemical weapons using this research in First World War. Uh, so many people called him father of chemical weapons. So, uh, so I until now I introduce the uh, chemist, most influential winners of chemistry, a Nobel Prize in chemistry. Thank you for listening.
Hello, my name is Kang Sung-yun, and I will talk about famous people in the chemistry whose name is Pasteur. He is from France and he's doctor and chemist, and he is familiar with us because of Korean milk brand name. The reason why his name was put on a milk brand name is because related to his work. These are his achievements. First, he criticized spontaneous generation. At the time, the spontaneous generation in which all the living things naturally occur is dominant thinking, but Pasteur didn't agree with that opinion, so he did some experiment. First, he prepared meat soup and 3S flask, which only air goes through, and he heated them, and the first flask just seated them, and second flask removed the neck and seated, and third flask and tilted that sideways and seated. And he finally found that second and third flask has bacteria presented. This improved that the spontaneous generation is long and the germ is the mechanism that spoil the food. And second achievement is pasteurization. It is method that kill and clean the germ in the milk, and it is heating the liquids such as milk in 100 degrees. So we can save milk so longer and so pressure, and not only milk, but also many food can save more longer and more pressure. And Pasteur found it in, so we call it pasteurization. And yeah, and so achievement is vaccination. The vaccination is Pasteur invented vaccination, and his daughter died by disease, and his health also bad. So he has many interested in microwaves, which makes people ill. So he did the experiment and with the chicken, and he found it that the little and weak germ injections makes chickens win the disease. So he applied that theory to the people, and that was successful. And this is vaccination, and this day many medicine use this principle to prevent many diseases. And these are Pasteur's achievement, and in our presentation, talk about the chemistry. Do you have any question? Thank you for listening.
Good. All right, you guys, why don't you guys move to the back, and you guys move to the front. I don't know. That's you can sit right here. You don't have to go that far. Okay, let's see. We got G, right? G, no? G, yeah. First, second. Hyujin, third. Jinju, fourth. Okay, Jungmin, come on, you're up.
Hello everyone, we are Team 2 and today we'll present about our major, Korean education. Here is our table of contents. My name is Kwon Jung-min and I will present about kinds of Korean education and what they do and pay. This is Jihyun and she will talk about famous people in our major. And Eugene will present about best accredited schools around the world to study our major, Korean education. And last, Jinju will present about graduate programs for our major. Students who study in Korean education usually become a Korean teacher. To become a Korean teacher, they need to pass teacher certification examination. Teacher certification examination tests students' knowledge of the subject and it also tests their preliminary teacher's personality and their technique of teaching in class. Also, of course, Korean teachers teach Korean to the students in school. They have understanding about novels, poems, classical literatures, and also school grammars. They transmit their understanding of Korean to their students. Korean teachers also have give advices to their students. They counsel about their students' university, friendship problems, and other troubles in schools of their students. To fulfill their duties, they need affection and attention to their students. Korean teachers are kind of public educational officials, so they draw a salary from nation. If they work long period in school, they get more money than beginning teachers. For example, teacher who is beginner get 1,500,000 won, but teacher who work for 40 years in school get 4,800,000 won for monthly pay. Also, in Korea, we have supplementary classes in vacation. So, teachers who participate in that lessons get more money than who is not. Teacher in church get more money than who is not homeroom teacher because homeroom teacher need to take care of their students and they also help their students' school life. My presentation is done.
Hello, my name is Kwon Jian. From now on, I will introduce famous people who graduated from the Department of Korean Language Education. I'm sure you've heard about them while you are examining. Now I will introduce you to Yunejang teacher who is currently teaching on EBS. Yunejang teacher has been lecturing on EBS at 2007. So far, the book has written 14, including EBS's sponsorship of the final proposal and the and the Korean and the concept of the Korean language and letters of language. The most famous of this is the notion that I studied while listening to the lectures by Yunejang's concept of butterfly effect. Yunejang teacher wants everyone to study equally, so she is working currently in the field of education. In an interview, Yunejang teacher said, "I hope you will be able to get good grade in National College entrance exam in the world without living in Gangnam and attending in a foreign language high school." She is working as a teacher at the Seoul High School. Next, let me introduce you to Kwon Gyu-ho teacher. Kwon Gyu-ho teacher lectures in ITUS at 2008, and he wrote books 25, including The Korean Language and Literature and the Korean Language and Letters of Literature, which finished in 2 weeks. He is also running an internet cafe to provide helpful information to students. Currently, computer teacher says, "I will working harder than you." Then he teaches various classes on ITUS. Thank you for listening my presentation.
Hello everyone, I'm Eugene. I'd like to talk about best accredited schools around the world to study our major Korean education. If you want to know the essence of Korean education, you should enter Gyeongbuk National University. Gyeongbuk National University is one of the most global university to study Korean language education. The Department of Korean Language Education has a long history and tradition of 70 years. The 70 years of effort by outstanding graduate will assist students in their studies. Gyeongbuk National University's Korean language education set up Korean language education society 국어교육학회. Students publish
academic journal, 문맥, and newsletter 아우름마다. They continue to pursue constructive academic activities through 문맥제 and academic investigation. They operate a society called Dobbyamta. In Dobbyamta, there are classical literature, world space, novel studies, and history. They have a program to do volunteer for education. Volunteer activities will a good experience for students who will become teachers in the future. Therefore, Gyeongbuk National University is a place where you learn genuine Korean language education. Thank you for listening.
Hello, my name is Jinju and I will introduce graduate programs for Korean education major. To graduate this major, we should complete main majors in history of Korean literature, Korean literature online, and school grammar. We do listen to lectures, debating, presentation, and group projects. These lectures will help us to improve our knowledge about Korean. And we have to attend teaching profession subjects. These subjects include pedagogy, educational psychology, educational administration, and others. We will be more professional educators with these classes. And we should practice teaching. When we are first graders, we will go middle school or high school and teach students in person for a month. We can accumulate our teaching skills and be proficient at leading students by this experience. Also, we need to take first aid and CPR practice class. With this class, we can respond more coolly and suitably when students have an emergency. If we don't take this class 2 times, we can't get a teacher's license. Also, we should take teaching aptitude and personality tests. We can check our qualifications for teacher with this test. Finally, our goal is to pass the teacher certification examination. To take this exam, we should pass Korean history ability test. We should many things to make. We have to do many things to graduate our major. Until now, we explained about Korean education majors, jobs, teacher, and famous person, and best accredited at school and graduate programs. I expect that you know more about our major from this presentation. Do you have any questions? Thank you for listening.
Perfect.